In just 9 minutes, unlock 10 mind-bending takeaways from MIT neuroscientist Tara Swart's viral interview with Stephen Bartlett on The Diary of a CEO. Discover how she speaks to her deceased husband daily, why your brain filters out reality, how grief unlocks hidden senses, and why altered states reveal deeper truths. This summary will change how you see intuition, purpose, and consciousness. Takeaway 1. She speaks to her deceased husband daily. Dr. Tara Swart, a neuroscientist and psychiatrist, shares that she communicates with her late husband Robin every single day. This began after his death from leukemia, when she started receiving vivid signs and messages that she knew were not her own thoughts. She describes hearing a loud thump on her shoulder at 4 a.m. and seeing a hazy figure of Robin beside her bed, slowly becoming clearer before fading away. Over time, she learned to ask specific questions in her mind and receive answers that felt distinctly separate from her own thinking. She also began requesting signs like seeing a phoenix and received them in ways that were too precise to be coincidence. For example, she asked Robin to send her a phoenix and ended up flying through Phoenix, Arizona on the exact anniversary of his death. She passed a restaurant called Phoenix Garden every day during that trip. Tara believes this is not just imagination or grief, but a two-way communication that requires both the living and the deceased to learn a shared language. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 2, you must train to see signs. Dr. Tara Swart says that seeing signs is like going to the gym. You need to train your mind to notice them. It starts with belief, but also requires practice and emotional openness. She explains that the brain filters out most of what we see and hear, so we only notice what we're emotionally connected to. This is called the reticular activating system. Tara uses this system to her advantage by setting very specific criteria for signs. For example, she once asked to see the word button or a symbol of a button 3 times before 11 p.m. the next day. She received exactly that. She also emphasizes that signs must come in unexpected ways, not from places you already know. This helps separate real signs from coincidence or bias. Over time, she found that signs came faster and more clearly, and she could even share this practice with friends who began seeing their own signs. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 3, your brain filters out reality. Dr. Tara Swart explains that the brain is designed to filter out most of reality so we can survive in the physical world. She says we don't just have 5 senses, but 34. These include things like sensing blood pH, oxygen levels, and emotional energy. Many of these senses are unconscious, but they still affect how we feel and respond. For example, blind people can rewire their brains to use sound for echolocation, like bats do. This shows that the brain is flexible and capable of much more than we think. Tara believes that by understanding these hidden senses, we can expand our awareness and tap into abilities we didn't know we had. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 4, near-death experiences reveal hidden truths. Dr. Tara Swart shares powerful stories of people who were clinically dead, but came back with vivid memories of other realms. One man saw his nurse during a near-death experience and delivered a message from her, not knowing she had died in a car crash. Another woman was underwater for 20 minutes and met a being of light who told her to return to life. These stories suggest that the mind can exist separately from the body. Tara also talks about terminal lucidity, where people with severe brain damage suddenly become clear and speak normally just before death. For example, an 82-year-old woman with Alzheimer's disease suddenly recognized her daughter, spoke clearly, and died peacefully that night. Science cannot explain how damaged brains can function like that, which supports the idea that consciousness may not be tied only to physical matter. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 5, altered states expand your awareness. Dr. Tara Swart describes dark retreats where people stay in complete darkness for days. After a few days, they start seeing light, animals, and even spiritual beings. This mimics the effects of near-death experiences and helps people feel more connected and less afraid of death. Ancient Greeks used to bury people for days and treat them as mystics when they emerged. Tara says these altered states can also be reached through breathwork, psychedelics, or even watching ballet. For example, she once had a spiritual experience sitting in the wings of a ballet performance, feeling completely part of the dance. These experiences show that there are ways to access deeper levels of consciousness without needing to die or use drugs. We're halfway through the video. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're enjoying it, hit the thumbs up and share it in your WhatsApp groups. If you'd like to support us, please tap the thanks button below. It helps us keep making great content. Drop a comment and don't forget to hit subscribe for more. Now let's continue with the video. Takeaway 6. Intuition is stored in your body. Dr. Tara Swart explains that intuition is not just in your brain, but also in your body. Trauma can be stored in muscles and tissues, and healing requires physical movement. She introduces the serotonin hypothesis, which suggests that trauma affects blood flow and nutrient delivery to muscles and fascia. For example, when Robin was in the hospital, Tara sat hunched over with clenched fists for weeks. Later, she developed spine issues and chronic pain that matched those postures. Ancient Greeks used to scream and beat their chests during funerals to release grief physically. This shows that intuition and emotional healing are deeply connected to how we treat our bodies, not just our thoughts. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 7. Gut health sharpens your instincts. Dr. Tara Swart says the gut is the most direct way to influence your brain. The gut-brain axis involves neurons, bacteria, and chemical messengers that affect mood, memory, and intuition. Poor gut health leads to inflammation, which can damage brain cells and reduce cognitive function. For example, the hippocampus, which handles memory, is vulnerable to free radicals. A healthy gut helps protect it and allows for better decision-making and emotional clarity. Tara recommends prebiotics, probiotics, and even music therapy to improve gut health and boost intuition. She also explains that hidden wisdom is stored in the body, not just the brain, and movement-based therapies can help unlock it. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 8. Grief can unlock hidden senses. Dr. Tara Swart shares how her body remembered trauma even when her mind had forgotten specific dates. She felt freezing cold during the time Robin's body was in the morgue. Even though it wasn't winter, she believes this was her temperature sense syncing with his condition. She also experienced intense physical pain leading up to the anniversary of his death, which she later realized matched the day she had taken him home from the hospital. For example, she had to look through her calendar to discover the connection. Tara says trauma can shut down the part of the brain responsible for speech, which is why people often say they are speechless during grief. Healing requires physical release through movement or therapy, not just talking. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 9. Spirituality gives life deeper meaning. Dr. Tara Swart believes that believing in something greater than yourself can improve your mental and emotional health. She says spirituality is not about religion, but about feeling connected to others and the universe. For example, ancient people saw signs in nature, like cloud formations, as messages from ancestors. This kind of belief system helped them feel less alone and more purposeful. Tara argues that modern life has disconnected us from these ideas, leading to more anxiety and personal crises. She encourages people to reconnect with nature, creativity, and community to find deeper meaning in life. Now let's move to the last takeaway. Takeaway 10. Purpose helps you survive personal crisis. Dr. Tara Swart says that having a purpose beyond yourself is essential for healing and happiness. She believes that her experience of losing Robin gave her a mission to help others through grief. She talks about how modern society has become too focused on individualism, which leads to a loss of meaning. For example, she predicted in 2020 that the pandemic would cause a mental health crisis, but could also spark a spiritual revolution. She encourages people to reconnect with ancient wisdom, community, and creativity to find deeper meaning in life. Tara says that true connection means caring about something more than just your own life and helping others feel seen and heard. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support this channel, hit the thanks button below. It really helps us keep going. If you enjoyed this summary, please leave a like and share it in your WhatsApp groups. To join discussion about this video, drop a comment below. And for more videos like this, hit the subscribe button below.